Hi, I'm Lucas Cuni-Mertz, Associate Editor of Baking and Snack Magazine, and this is a Baking and Snack Tech Expert. In our March issue, Winston Samuels, CEO and Chief Scientific Officer of Maxx Performance, discussed the benefits that microencapsulation can bring to baked goods. Today, we'll talk about how bakers can improve product shelf life and nutritional profiles using this technology. Thanks for joining me today, Winston.
Thank you very much. You're most welcome. Happy to be able to contribute.
So, to set the stage here for our viewers, what exactly is microencapsulation?
So, microencapsulation is an advanced technology that involves coating individual particles, such as baking powder or fumaric acid, with a thin protective layer, uh, which enables controlled release of active ingredients at specific temperature or times. This process differs from traditional encapsulation technology, whereby in that situation they would coat individual globs as such. But here, with this advanced technology, we're able to coat individual particles, which prevents leakage, which therefore extends the functional capability of the raw ingredients such as fumaric acid, baking powder, and the likes.
So, how can microencapsulation work to extend the shelf life and the nutritional profile of baked goods?
Thank you very much for that question. So, what happens therefore in that situation is that by coating individual particles, you get release, as I mentioned earlier, at a specific time and also a specific temperature. For example, vitamin C. We all know the antioxidant capability of vitamin C. Vitamin C is very, very unstable. It oxidizes very, very rapidly. Vitamin C is also an excellent dough conditioner. So, what do? We therefore coat vitamin C again with a protective layer the size of a human hair, and then allows vitamin C, therefore, to be mixed in with the dough as a dough conditioner. But by doing that, you're also allowing vitamin C to be stabilized. And therefore, if it's stabilized, you therefore have vitamin C now in the bread, whereby, or in the dough, or in the finished goods, where a claim can be made for X amount of vitamin C. The same thing can be said for ferrous compounds like iron compounds and the like. Iron is very, very unstable. They're oxidized very, very rapidly. They're very rancid. We know young children, for example, women have a need for ferrous compounds such as iron. So by coating ferrous compounds, again, using the microencapsulation technology, you're actually protecting the iron such that it is not released during baking, and therefore it's available in the finished goods. In terms of extending shelf life, that is one way to do it, because in that case now you're actually delivering two things. One, you're protecting the nutrient, in this case vitamin C or ferrous compounds, and then secondly, you're also extending the shelf life of that ingredient. At the same time, you're actually extending the shelf life. Microencapsulation is also being used to extend the shelf life of bakery type products themselves, right? I mentioned earlier about fumaric acid. How do we do that? By coating fumaric acid with this thin layer, you're actually optimizing the pH, meaning the pH is stabilized, and therefore the fumaric acid is released over time at the right temperature, such that once it goes into the marketplace, you have the fumaric acid at a stabilized temperature so that you can actually get longer shelf life and the likes from the finished goods that's on the shelf.
Excellent. So, how does Max Performance tailor its microencapsulation solutions to different baked goods?
Okay, we the way we do this is that we listen to the customer. We tend to get as much information as possible from the customer, before we go away and then say, okay, here's what we believe will be good to solve the issue that the customer has. For example, recently we had a customer, a bakery unit, for example, a bakery type customer. They were looking for a clean label hamburger bun. That's what they wanted. The issue for them is this: they were getting, from using their traditional acidulants and so forth, raw, they were getting a 7 to 10 day shelf life. They wanted a 17 to 21 day shelf life. What did we do? We sent them a tailor made slow release fumaric acid that they then use to in their hamburger. Lo and behold, they came back to us and said, "What, you guys are magic. You solved my issue. How did you solve our issue?" They were getting a 17 to 21 day shelf life by using our slow release fumaric acid. Again, how? You're optimizing the pH. You're allowing the pH to remain steady. So it's not up and down, it's not all over the place. So by doing that, you don't have mold growth because the pH remains stable. Not only were we able to solve the issue of shelf life, they heard that we also had a salt. They were involved in a sodium chloride reduction initiative. So they use our salt. What happened when they use our salt on this hamburger bun? They use 30 to 50% less salt. They were able to cut the amount of yeast that they were using in order to get better texture, bigger volume, and extended shelf life. So that's like a double, benefit that they got. Extended shelf life, followed by significant reduction in sodium chloride. And by the way, they're a happy customer. We have been with them now for some time. They have been with us for some time, and we continue to work with them on other initiatives. For example, sugar reduction. So in other words, even though the salt level is decreased, we're giving them the same taste, the same texture, bigger volume, extended shelf life, which is significant for the baking industry.
That's great to hear. Well, thank you, Winston, for joining me today on this Baking and Snack Tech Expert.